If you plan on using a 12-volt actuator on a front loader build, then you must see this. Now what we're going to talk about here is how to get more speed by means of mechanical advantage out of your actuators. If this is your goal, keep watching. Now we need to explain here what we're going to do. This is more or less an experiment or a demonstration here, and it's important that you understand what's what. The vertical bar going up and down, that's like the bar or the mast on your front loader. You have a diagonal bar going out to a bucket. Notice the force point is the pushing on the bucket end of that diagonal bar. You have an anchor point and you have a pivot or fulcrum point. Also notice the blue line on the back, because that's going to be important. Now here we're taking note of the orientation of the actuator. Notice also the anchor point position and the force point position. Those are going to change in the next demonstration. And keep in mind the blue line. Now we're going to time this, and we're going to use that as a comparison in our other demonstration. So here we go. 5 seconds in, coming up on 10 seconds. As we can see here, these actuators are painfully slow. This is a 1,320 pound actuator, which is really what you want if you're going to use an actuator, and a relatively inexpensive actuator, about $50 for this actuator, 12-inch stroke. So it's a very economical way to build your loader. If you want to get into faster actuators, you're going to have to get up into the $350 range. They do make some that are slightly faster than this, that are in that $50 range, but you're sacrificing force. They're about 225 to 300 pounds of force that they can provide. So now we're coming up on the blue line. The actuator will stop itself when we get there, and we're interested in our time. What was the time? 1 minute and 5 seconds. Okay, so that was really slow, wasn't it? Wonder how high we went. Let's get our yardstick here and do some measuring. 26.5 inches to the point on the loader, or the simulated loader. Keep in mind the blue line. That's going to be important in our next demonstration. Now things are going to change up a little bit here. What you're about to see is that where you place the force point on the loader arm in relation to the pivot point is very important. It's called mechanical advantage. So here we are again. We've got a new setup. Let's talk about how different it is. Notice the angle. The old, totally different than the old. Notice the old force point, the new force point. Notice the old anchor point, the new anchor point. And keep in mind the blue line. We're going to time this, and we're going to compare it to what we had before. Here we go. Remember, the old time was 1 minute and 5 seconds to reach that blue line. We're already halfway there at less than 20 seconds. Coming up on it. 27, 28, about 28 and a half seconds to reach the same place, and we're still going. We're still raising our bucket higher and higher. The only thing that we've changed is the positioning of the actuator. And you notice that the actuator is reversed as far as the ends. That's unimportant. The reason why we did that is we're up close into the pocket where the arm and the post, the space there was very limited, and so we just reversed it. But it's inconsequential as to which way the actuator is turned. So there we are, much higher, much improved. I wonder how high. Well, this is a 4-foot ruler here, and it's way above the top of that 4-foot ruler. It's about 52 inches to the point on the loader bucket. Now the reason for the difference, the physics of fulcrums and levers. Maintaining the pivot point but shortening the distance of the force point from the pivot provides more speed, but it comes at a cost. It lessens the load that the loader can lift. So what is that? How much of a change? In this scenario, the loader sacrifices about 125 pounds of liftability. The actuator used here is rated for 1,320 pounds of force. Well, that's not bad loss. Now, if you use 2 actuators, right, the loss is really inconsequential because you've got plenty of power to lift. So please look for more videos on getting more speed out of actuators. We're going to say that this is the mechanical approach to it. We're going to also investigate and bring to you electrical changes that can be made. So we hope you liked what you saw. Please click the like button if so, and if you want to see more, subscribe so that you can see the next video. Thank you so much.